All right, we are back. Thanks for joining us for another presentation. Really excited about this presentation with A.S.K and Terri Sullivan. We had a little late change of plans on this presentation because Wade Goodman couldn't make it. He is focused on some of his communities in Florida with Hurricane Idalia, I'm so sorry, approaching. He had to really change some of his plans this week. So Jason, thanks for jumping in here last minute. Terri, you're catching us up on some of your selling adventures here recently. So a lot of adventures have been taking place, to say the least. And I'll say that I'm looking forward to this topic because G4 has been an important topic throughout this summer. And lead scoring is always challenging, to say the least. So again, Terri Sullivan is the founder and CEO of Waypoint, and A.S.K is the VP of Data in Campaign Analytics. So at this point, I will hand it off to you both.
Perfect. Great. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Thank you so much, Larry.
Thanks, Larry.
I think this industry has had its fair share of pivoting quickly, changes over the past 3 years. So nothing here, right? Right.
Just the average day, right?
It's the average day,
Yes.
exactly. But I hope all of the residents are okay. And Wade does send his apologies for not being able to join, but we know what takes priority there. So anyways, I'll do a quick intro and then Jason, I'll turn it over to you and then we'll jump right in. So my name's Terri Sullivan. I am the founder of a company called Waypoint. Really, our focus is helping convert website traffic and visitors into your sales funnel and giving insights to the salespeople. The reason we're here today is because SRI is a customer. We've worked really closely hand in hand with them to help them solve their problems of tracking true lead source, as well as tracking everything in GA4. And Jason was kind enough to step in today in Wade's place. So Jason, if you wouldn't mind giving yourself a quick intro and then we can jump in.
Yeah, thanks, Terri. My name is A.S.K. I'm the VP of Campaign Data and Analytics at MediaOne. We do digital marketing and analytics tracking and all that kind of consulting. So we actually handle SRI management's paid search and other things, as well as their analytics and setup of all of that.
Awesome. Thanks for joining, Jason. I did, just so you all know, talk to Wade yesterday and sent him a Google Doc with a ton of questions for him. So I'm going to try to pepper in some of his thoughts as well into the conversation. So I'm super happy to be here with you all. So really the top learning objectives today is, really are the following. So, how to set yourself up for success using GA4, which is really important. And how do providers like SRI management get the most out of their tracking and analytics? Key, we're going to talk about why and how. And then insights for tracking true lead source data from web visits, your web sessions, to conversion into your CRM and also GA4. Are you really tracking what the true lead source is versus whatever the conversion tool was? So those are really the 3 learning objectives that we'd like to achieve today. So happy to have you, and hopefully you'll find this information useful. So mainly the problem that we're going to be talking about today is basically if you're not tracking true lead source, how do you know for your communities what's working? So Wade kind of gave me a little statement here. He said the main problem of not tracking the true lead source is the inability to accurately attribute and optimize your marketing efforts. So that's what we're going to talk about today. That's really what he set out to do. And the reality is that when you're doing these sorts of things, it really is a full ecosystem, not only of your tools that you're using, the data that you're capturing, right, and presenting, and then also the partners that are helping you do that. So we're just going to kind of lay it out a little bit in a graphic here of how this all worked and all came together. So you have your digital marketing efforts, right? Whether that's Facebook, PPC, it's Google, organic, whatever, however your leads are coming to you, you have your digital marketing efforts and your spend. right? And then we want to drive that traffic to your community website pages or even landing pages in PPC. So once that consumer arrives at that landing page or on your website pages, we want to capture some data about them, right? So you have different ways in which these consumers convert in. So they come from different places and then they convert in from different places. So you may have contact us forms. You may have a live chat like we have. You may have specific forms. You may have a contact us form. You may have landing pages with contact us forms, but there's some type of a lead form or conversion tool that you're using to capture that prospect and get them into your sales funnel. And then, of course, while we're capturing that data, we want to record it, right? So whether it's Google Analytics, you might use Tableau, you might use some other analytics platform, and your CRM as well. And then that helps you make informed decisions, right? The more information you have, information is key, but it's the insights that you gather for that information that allows you to make better, more informed decisions. And then, of course, that just means greater ROI for you. So in this mix of partners and tools, SRI works with a few different partners, right? You met Jason from MediaOne. They work with Dayfly Communications to help set up their websites, make them effective, make them so we can capture specific session data so we can pass it to the right analytics platform. There are products like our product at Waypoint, which is our navigator solution, right? Which captures, helps guide a consumer where they want to go. We capture their information, we convert them in through forms or through your contact us form, whether it's a live chat, a chat bot. It really is a hub that can capture all your CTAs in one place and help that consumer convert in, or it might be your contact us form. So we're one of the partners that were involved with this. And what you're seeing there is a sample of their navigator that they have on their website. And then, of course, there's GA4, right? So we're capturing this data to get the right insights that we need to make better decisions and spend our money in the right place. And then their CRM is Welcome Home, and Welcome Home was integral in this as well. We do have an advanced integration with Welcome Home, so we could pass specific variables. We could do re-engagement IDs, so the salespeople were alerted when there was a re-engagement. And there's also a marketing touch points part. And we're going to touch a little bit more on that in the CRM as we go. So Jason, anything else you want to say on this piece?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just add that when we started working with SRI 4 years ago at this point, and they were around 20 communities, we were missing a lot of this data here that we'll go into a little later. And we just had to make decisions based off of what we saw on the website. So we were just focusing on leads coming, like where they're coming from, but we didn't get any data onto that prospect data and analytics, that informed decision that actually allows you to make ROI and decisions. So that's what we were missing. That's what I think we're going to show you how we solve that here pretty soon.
Makes sense. So I did ask a question to Wade. I said, when did this become obvious to you that he needed to do this? And he said, I think it's something we've always known, but the real challenge has been accurately gathering the data and connecting it to our CRM to give us the ability to track the customer all the way through the journey from inquiry to move in. So, and he also added, we've always tracked our traffic and conversions and sources in GA. The problem has always been connecting that to the sales process. Welcome Home was essential in helping them do that. So capturing that data and pushing it through.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to turn it over to Jason.
Yeah. So we set up SRI, I think currently has close to 40 communities. So we're handling the setup of GA4 on all of those websites, and that allows us to see some basic website metrics like how many sessions are coming, how many page views, what pages are people going to, how are people getting to the website, things like that. So we help them transition from Universal Analytics to GA4 recently, with Universal Analytics being deprecated. And part of that was also capturing the source of traffic as well as the form that they came in on. And with working with all the different forms they have on the website and sending that data over to their CRM Welcome Home and making sure that's being captured. So from our end, we're working through GA4 and just making sure that all that is set up. And it's very helpful for us just to see how people are coming to the website so we can make better decisions and then track that through. We also have a ton of custom reports built out that SRI uses to, and we use to evaluate how our traffic's performing from a paid perspective.
Great. So yeah, Wade added a couple more thoughts. It gives them much more in-depth look at their overall traffic as a whole. And it also helps him see the amount of traffic needed to drive the leads that he needs for each community. I thought that's really interesting. If a source is producing better in our CRM, then driving more traffic to that source becomes a priority. So it's really interesting the different types of insights that you can get from this information, which then drive decisions, which then, of course, drive more success. So very interesting.
Yeah, we're always evaluating the different form types too, like which forms are doing better.
Yeah.
From a cost calculator perspective to a pop-up form to all these different forms that are on the website where they're trying to capture that lead and then move it into a move-in. So this is pretty important for us.
Great. Anything else you want to add on this, Jason?
Yeah.
Okay. Then there's the CRM data capture that Jason was talking about, right? So ultimately, most customers that we work with, when they track lead source, it's generally the converting form or the referrer. In this case, the goal here was to actually capture the original source, whether it's Facebook, PPC, right? Whether it come from Google, what is the campaign? There are lots of variables that you can pull over to understand how things will be more effective. And then looking at a primary lead source versus a secondary lead source, right? What was the campaign? Was it a specific landing page? The lead form that was used. So there's a variety of ways that you could use those variables to push them into the CRM. Welcome Home also has a product called Marketing Touchpoints, which allows you to track the touch points in that process as well. And then in our advanced integration that we did with SRI and MediaOne in the group there, we also created a search from our tools that allow our tools to reach out into the CRM, do a search based on 3 different criteria points. And if the prospect based on those 3 different criteria are already in the CRM, it creates a re-engagement notification to the salespeople. Because I believe Wade was finding that when there was a re-engagement, salespeople were closing the lead instead of re-engaging with that prospect. So if something came through caring.com or a place for mom, and then it came to the website and came through either the contact us form or the Waypoint navigator, the leads were getting closed. So there's some really great ways to leverage your CRM to really understand where the lead source is coming from. And you can see in that circled area that this lead in particular was an organic lead that came through Google. We rebranded to Waypoint from Aging Choices. So we're still in there as Aging Choices, and it came through the schedule a visit form on the website. So it really lets you see exactly how that potential prospect came through to you right in the CRM for the salespeople. And it also gives the salespeople insight into exactly what they did and allows them to have a much better personalized conversation and follow up with that prospect. So Jason, please add anything. You were very deep into this. So I'd love to hear all your thoughts on this as well.
Yeah, I think what's been just it's incredible how much progress we've made on this and the time we've been working with SRI. Like I said, originally we would just get some lead data or maybe an original source, like Terri was mentioning. And now being able to see that it came from this paid search keyword, in fact, and then seeing how far that made it through the process. Did it end up being a lead? Then did it make it to a tour? Did it make it to a move-in? And being able to calculate a cost per move-in is hugely impactful for our marketing efforts and all of our different efforts that we're doing there. So, and then another thing is just being able to track the touch points is also pretty imperative, because a lead we found can come back 12 months later after they start the process. So it's like they originally came in on a Google paid search ad, but then later came back as a Facebook ad, or they came back as an email, or we re-engage them in different ways throughout the process. So it's been huge change seeing all this data.
Can you share with them where you're capturing most of that data or how you're analyzing that data, Jason?
Yeah, most of this data is going to be in the CRM, which is Welcome Home for SRI. So all of that is going into Welcome Home. From that, I mean, we're combining some sources of data like our Google ad spend and things like that to get a better cost per move in.
Mhm.
But you know, we never even had that possibility before. It was just like, we got this many move-ins and this is how much we spent. So that's technically your cost per move. Whereas now we're able to say this source of Google paid traffic drove this many move-ins to your community. So we're able to kind of work backwards and figure things out a lot better on budgeting and being smart about our budgets.
Sure, and where to allocate those funds, which ultimately is ideal.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes sense. So as you can see, there are a lot of partners involved, right? And there's a lot of movement in data. So I asked Wade, you know, what does SRI look for in their partners? And I said vendors and vendor partners. He said SRI looks for partners, not vendors. So, you know, they were really looking for vendors or partners that would allow them to test specific things. So the great thing about working with SRI is they really describe their problems and what they're trying to solve, and you really become part of the problem solving team, which is really great. So, you know, some of his criteria is, you know, let us test it, work with us to problem solve so we can get to where we want to go based on our goals. They really look for their partners to be experts in their field. They want them to be nimble and adaptable and ability to change quickly, which I think you have to be in this environment probably more than ever. And then have accessible customer satisfaction teams. So below is literally a quote that he sent me prior. You know, we consider our vendor partners to be part of our team. A vendor's willingness to work together with us to achieve our goals is a top priority for us when deciding to partner with a vendor. So it's really important that you find those partners that can help you do these things, because it's not I'm going to say it's not a complex process. It really requires planning and then an understanding of how those web sessions are starting on your website or your landing pages, capturing the data and the variables of where they're coming from, passing that through the forms or your lead forms that you use, and then passing them into G4. We do it through JavaScript, but it's really working together hand in hand to solve those problems and work together to help meet our clients' needs. Anything you want to add there, Jason? I know you've been working with SRI for some time now, right?
Yeah, we've been working with SRI for 4 years now at MediaOne. So it's, yeah, well, for us, that's key, is that we want to be a partner. We meet with them every week on their team meeting. So we are really integrated into their business. And Terry, I know you can attest to this at Waypoint, but like, we met with you guys, we met with Dave Fly team who handles the website, we met with SRI, and we all worked together to get this all figured out and tracked correctly. So it's really a big
Although
team.
we've never been in the same room, we've been on a Zoom.
Yeah, of course. Virtually, of course, but yeah.
Yeah, really important. And then, of course, the insights that you gather from this, and I'll kind of go through this and let Jason jump in here too. But at the end of the day, you're spending money on these communities to help drive traffic and leads to your sales leaders in these communities. So, you know, these insights, data is data, but if you don't put it together in a way that it makes sense and that you can use it, this really allows you to have better ROI on your investment in your digital as a whole. And it also, Jason alluded to this earlier, is that instead of just getting a cost per lead, you can literally get a targeted cost per lead, you know, cost per tour and cost per move in, and get very specifically down to understanding what it costs to attract these consumers and customers and create prospects and ultimately residents. Also better digital marketing buying decisions, right? You're going to go where you're seeing the most success. And the reality is, even with our tools, they're customizable down to each community. is each community might be a little bit different, based on service levels, based on market, based on whether they just opened up or didn't open up. It's really understanding, whether someone's on a wait list, et cetera. It's just making better digital marketing buying decisions as a whole. And then also bringing in stronger leads for the sales team. It's one thing to send them a whole bunch of leads, but they only have so much time in a day. I've been in sales for 30 years, just on the back end of Evan's presentation there. They really need more insights to have better conversations, to build trust with their customers. So if they know more about how that lead got to them, how that lead converted in, and what they did on the website, then it gives them more insights to have a better conversation. And then, of course, just better digital marketing strategy overall, optimizing your website, optimizing your digital marketing spend for your advertising, et cetera. And then, of course, ultimately reducing wasted investment dollars, right? Really driving them in a direction that you want to be more effective and, of course, look like a hero, right, Jason?
Yeah, that's the goal right there. Just being able to show them that like what you're doing is actually driving move-ins is a huge thing. So
Yeah.
that's been great since getting all this working here together with all this tracking into their CRM has been fantastic for us.
Great. Can you talk a little bit, Jason, about the targeted cost per move-in tour? Targeted cost per lead tour and move-in tracking, just to give a little more insight into that.
Yeah, so within the CRM, we have basically we're able to see the source of the lead, and then it's able to give us how many leads you're getting from your different advertising. We're able to look at it by keyword or ad group in our case. So we can say this assisted living keyword has this cost per lead, and then say, okay, now we've had this many tours from it. And it obviously evolves because the move-in process can take a long time. So it can take, up to 12 months, 18 months, however long, and it varies for each community. So as that evolves, we're able to fully track that and say, hey, we need to generate 5 move-ins this month. Our cost per move-in is $100. So we need to spend $500 more this month or something like that. So it's just a whole game changer for us.
Right, really interesting. And lower cost per lead is a target, is a goal.
Yeah, exactly. And you were alluding to it too. The big thing has also been on the sales side. Like previously, we would just say, hey, we drove 100 leads this month. Good luck. Whereas on the CRM side, they can start saying, no, this is a bad lead. This is unqualified for whatever reason. You need to make this shift in your marketing to make sure we're not getting this kind of lead. So that's been a huge difference for us as well.
Yeah, saving time for the salespeople is huge, actually, and sending them as many high quality leads as you can is key.
Yeah, we're also able to tell them, hey, this lead came through the cost calculator on our website versus they came through a contact form saying they need help right now. So you need to push harder on this lead versus this lead. So it's helping them get organized in that way too.
Are you doing any landing pages for SRI right now, or are you really just helping them get their arms around the whole GA4 thing? Are you doing any?
We're not Dayfly is doing a bunch of, they
Okay.
handle the email as well as their
Gotcha.
social media posting. So they have dynamic landing pages set up for each community. And we also help them with the tracking there as well. But yeah, so the SRI has a ton of dynamic landing pages running that they're using for different promotions and things that they're also able to see in the CRM what's working.
That's great. We did some experiments recently with Maplewood, and we put the navigator on some of their landing pages, their PPC landing pages, and we were able to show a conversion for one location up to 367%. I think in the lowest was like 47%, which was really interesting. It's fun finding new ways to use tools to help them, gain more insights and convert in.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add here for the audience?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right, so we'll open it up. Just one final thought. I took this off the document that Wade, again, he's sorry he can't make it, but of course it's important. So data-driven marketing and sales allow us to hone in on the specific problems we need to solve. Instead of doing what we've always done or guessing and hoping for the best, we can provide targeted and customized solution to specific issues per community. So it's just been a great partnership overall with SRI and helping them meet their needs and reach their goals as a team. So I think we'll move into Q&A, see if anybody has any questions.
That was really great. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Jason. I don't really have much of a question, but just want to comment. Is it safe to assume that automation is really key into, capturing all these leads and trying to get the sales team out of inputting this information?
Yes.
Okay.
Full integrations.
Yeah.
So everything goes straight into Welcome Home. We do send email notifications from our lead form capture and our navigator, but overall everything goes straight into the CRM.
Gotcha. Awesome. I think we're just about out of time. I'm sure there will be more questions for you both. Where can people find you for further questions?
Go ahead, Jason, you can go first.
Okay. Yeah, you can reach me at jason.k@mediaone.digital, or give me a call. I think my number's on the final slide of that deck. So give me a call there or email me.
Great. And feel free to reach out to me at any time, tsullivan@waypointconverts.com, or go to our website, Waypoint Converts, and fill in the contact us form, and we'll be back in touch. But happy to be here, pleasure to be here, and thank you all for your time.
Thank you for taking the time to speak today. What conferences? I know Wade, initially speaking with him, he's going to be at Smash and Nick, and it sounds like an analytics conference in September. What about you, Terry? Will you be at Smash as well?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Awesome.
we'll be at Smash. That's the only conference we're doing in the fall. So we'll definitely be at Smash. So we'll see you all there.
That sounds good. Jason, are you attending conferences this fall?
None related to the senior living space, but we're doing some in the travel and tourism space in Pennsylvania. But
Missing out, Jason.
I know I would love to attend. I know we also have an SRI conference here, but that's in January. So
We'll be there too. We'll see you there.
Yeah.
Good. We'll be in the same room for once.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Jason, stay safe in the storms coming
you.
through. We wish you nothing but the best, and thank you both for this presentation.
Our pleasure.
Thank
Thank
so
you.
much.
All right, thank you all.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
All right, everybody, we'll be back in 10 minutes for our next presentation.